Okay, back at the mill. So to drill the, to put our little set screw in here, we want to line it up this direction and in the center of this, although this isn't ultra critical, it's good. So for our dimension here, it's basically from the edge of this to the center of that. So our groove is 155 thousandths, which is pretty close to 4 millimeters, which I expect is what it's supposed to be. But given the 3.97, so close enough. Anyway, that's 4 millimeters. The dimension here is not really a good way to measure it, but we're going to just eyeball it and get it probably close. It looks like about 9 mil, right at 9 mil. So we'll take 9 and 2, which will give us 11 to the center of that. So I'm going to write 11 on here. Kind of put markings on the part, which is cheesy, but it'll do. So the other thing is that we need the distance here. This is just over, it's 19.45, which is pretty close to 3/4 of an inch, 7.760. So our piece here is 748, which is exactly 19 millimeters. So we got 19 plus, take this thickness here, which is about 4.17. So we'll take half of 19, which is 8.5, plus our distance here. I'm going to call it 4.15. So we'll take 8.5 plus 4.15. So that'll give us 12.65. Make sure that's right. Put that on a caliper and just see if it looks correct. Close enough. Close enough. So that eyeball says, yep, that's going to be close enough to the center. So we'll do that. And this, because we're not going to go all the way through, we don't have any parallels to worry about. We'll just put it in there. Get our handy little center finder again. Edge finder, I should say. And we're just going to call this vice jaw the edge of that. This is as close as we can get for sure. We'll touch that. Throw our Y. At our 100 thousandths again. Zero it. Sure, it's got this little marker on here, so we'll just go off to the edge of that, off to the side, so it's not hitting anything. Here's that, zero that, at our 100 thou. One of the really useful things with the DRO is that it can switch between inch and metric without blinking. So we'll come back to 0, 0 on the X and Y, so we're basically in the corner, and just put this into metric, and we'll go our 12.65 this way. 5, turn that off. And we're going to go our 11 millimeters on the X. Which is right there. We'll lock everything off. Go center drill and see if it looks like it's in the right place. You know, I don't know if I'm happy with that. You can't see that on camera, I'm sure. But that somehow does not look right. You know what? It is. It's just an optical illusion. So we're good there. I can tell easily that it's lined up there. So we're going to call it good. Center drill it. And then drill it for our tap. That's number 29 drill for an 832 tap. We definitely will not be power tapping this one. Center drill. Come on, get in there. Okay. Touch oil on there. Go through to there. So we're good on that. So I do not have a spring-loaded tap follower, even after way too many years. For some reason I just never either get around to making one or buying one. So I have some old center drills that I've ground down years ago. 30. Drop the table a little. Okay, that should do it. We'll just keep a little gentle pressure on there and run the tap in with this little wrench so we don't risk breaking it. And it just, since it's cast iron, it cuts super easy. Started good now. So we'll just keep using the center. Just reduces the risk. Okay. So we're good there. Alright. Get the tap out. So we got a nasty cast iron off of there. Is just foul. Great material. Messy. Messy, messy. Okay, so there's our hole for the thumb screw. It almost intersects inside of there. I don't know if you can see it. Actually, there's just, it might actually overlap just a hair. So I may have screwed up. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So here's our thumb screw, which we'll have to trim down. Thread's in good. That's not a problem, but it may run into that, which I guess I should have put it over a little bit, even though it wouldn't have been centered. That was less than brilliant. Of course, if I had thought about it, yes, they're going to intersect in the middle because they're on the same bowl circle. So this is how it will, our little rub screw goes in there. This goes in there. That's not going to be very happy. So I should have moved it over a little bit. That was stupid. So there you go. Screwed up big. Not big. Screwed it up on camera. So. But let's see if it's workable like that. That is our guide screw. That's in. So it'll screw down tight enough to, hey, what do you know? They don't intersect at a depth where they actually conflict. So I can keep it lined up with that one and then snug it with that, and it'll be good. I'll probably trim, take maybe a quarter inch off of this so that it'll sit down a little lower, not too low though. So that's good. That worked, even though I screwed it up a little bit. It'll work. So I got lucky. And sometimes luck is what you need. So now we've got to take, I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty awful. It's not very square on the end. I don't know if you can even see this, but it's not terrible. But you know, we can make it better. Unfortunately, looks like they put a split pin in here, and of course I can't get it out very easy. If it was a set screw, I could just take it out, but it looks like a split pin has been just driven in there, and it sits in this slot. So I'll push that all the way up, chuck it up, which it's got a lot of stick out, but I'm only going to just lightly face it off. I'll be gentle on it. So this is almost 3/8. It's a hair over. It's really rough. So we'll use the 4-jaw, indicate it in, and just face it off. Okay, go over to the lathe here and see about facing this thing off without making a huge mess. Since the 4-jaw is in there, that's what we're going to use. Let's bring these in a little bit. Back that up a little bit. Just get it close. I hope I can get the chuck in far enough to hold this. It's going to be, yeah, it'll work. Alright. You can see already that that ain't close. So we'll get it sort of close. Get the indicator on it. It's not that bad to start with. Let's see. Put our indicator on here. I actually made took an old broken carbide tool and just made a little post and threaded it in there, so it just lives in a tool holder, so I don't have to mess with it. It's the El Cheapo indicator, but it's plenty good for most things. So I don't know if you can see, probably can't see that. Got about 35. So we'll bring it in a little bit here, back this side off a hair. Go about there. There's about 85 on that side and about 95 on that side. So that ain't too bad. Bring it in a little. About 85 there. About 95 on that one as well. Take that to about 90. About 2/1000 or so. On that. A little too far on there. Go in just a little. I went too far again. It's not bad given a rough surface. So we're 90 there. 91 there, 89.5 there, 92, so that one we can go, we'll give it just a little bit of love, and then we're on 90, About 91.5. Given the crappy surface, we're less than 2. That's going to be good. We're just going to square the end of this. So, get a tool bit. And I'm not going to run this very fast, considering the crappiness of how far it's sticking out. But it is really soft and easy to cut. Let me speed it up a little. Yeah, a little more. Yeah, I don't think you can see this, but we'll bring it in a little. I'm just doing all this by hand. It's too much stick out to do anything else. Part of the noise is this thing just rattling around on there. It's just sitting on there. Okay, well, it looks pretty good on the end. I'll put a small chamfer on it. Slow it down just a hair. And that's pretty much all it needs. Now it's square, got a little chamfer, so that way at least when it contacts that, it will be flush. So let me take this out of the chuck and we'll put it on and see if it works. Okay, I remounted the stop on the carriage, or sorry, on the bed, and I did put some whey oil on the bolt before I put it in so that it'll stay lubed. So I'm guessing this will show up. Yeah, here we are. So this is where we faced it off. You can still see it's not very good steel. It's pretty, not very pretty, but it is square, flat, got a little chamfer on it. So we'll put a little oil on this guy, put it back together. Let's see if how good it repeats. That will be the ultimate test. So this threads in. Until it sticks out of the other end a little bit, which is there. Put our grub / guide screw in there until it, not quite locking it in there. Ah! Alright. Of course the tripod's in the way, so there we go. And then we'll put our thumb screw in, which I have not cut off yet. I'm still debating whether I want to. So that locks it down good. Loosen that, turn it. So this is slidable. Whoops, not that one. We'll put our thing in here. We can lock it. And it does not move. So let's stick this out a little. Lock off our thumb screw. You can see how good it repeats. This should be interesting. Let's see if I can get DRO in. Whoops, other way. Okay, there's our DRO. So we'll bring the carriage over. It's not actually sticking out quite far enough. I'll have to it hits the way seal before it was hitting the stop. There we go. So we'll lock that off, bring it up, zero it, bring it out. Depends how hard I hit it. Zero it again. So that's, and I believe that's in millimeters. So in inches, it's not, you know, depending if I bang it against it, but it's stopping within a couple tenths, which is, you know, if it depends how hard I push it. But that's good enough. So if I'm making repeatable cuts, I can pretty easily get within a tenth or two. So anyway, there's our little gadget. I think I will trim this just a little, but pretty slick. I don't know if it's slick is the right word, but vastly more useful than it used to be. So we can loosen it, slides out of the way, sits up against the head where it's out of the way, so we're good to go. Thanks for watching. See ya.